Hi there. So, whenever we speak about self realization, concepts about spirituality naturally comes to our mind that we try to realize the soul that is within all of us. That is a traditional spiritual sense. But how about a practical sense from a human perspective? If you're talking about self realization on a practical human level, what does that really implies? Well, it implies that we be aware of our human nature. As humans, we have that quality of being human, and that quality is the quality that's going to guide us to peace and happiness. So, therefore, self realization means to remind ourselves or to realize our human nature. In the quest of realizing our human nature, we, we realize important qualities, how we should conduct ourselves as human beings. Now, I want to paint a much clearer picture of what I'm talking about. Now, in the quest to realize our human nature, we have to realize that s- apart from us, there are other sentient beings on this planet. If we if we do not value their feelings and freedom, then we will not be able to apply that to our own human species. Violence breeds violence. Lack of humanity for one species causes lack of humanity for our own species. Okay, so some important elements now. Of course, this is a random video. I'm just giving a informal presentation on this topic. Whereas I love to be on my computer. I wish I can be on my computer. I can pray to God. I can, just hope for a situation where I can be on my computer to do really thorough formal presentations using smart art that's going to help us to analyze these topics and remember these topics. So for now, I'm just doing my informal presentations. Yeah. So in the quest of realizing that there are other sentient beings out there, and we have to value their feelings and freedom, we have to realize that a couple of things. Let me off my mind. I will be speaking. So first thing is they have a family just like we do. You might have seen a picture of a hen opening its wings to shelter the little chickens from the weather or from the rain. And in the Bible, the analogy or the of protection of a family is given using the same hen. It said that we should protect our children just like how the hen opened its wings, or her wings, better, to protect her chickens. Just like that, we should open our wings, our protection, our approaches in life to shelter our loved ones. So they have family. The sentient beings, the, uh, the poultry, what we call poultry, cattle, all of these creatures, they're very sensitive. They have, and the first thing that we talk about in the quest for self-realization as a human being is that they have a family. There is a Okay, one important point before I continue. Not because we have been killing animals for many, many millennia doesn't mean it is right, right? Also, not because they fail to talk to us back, that means it's right to kill them, or because they're covered or their size, that's why we kill them, right? So this is very important. A little change of location, as you can see in the background there. So I continue. um, yes, we talk about families, and the whole thing about feelings within this sentient species is to ensure the families are protected, that the parents protect the young ones, and the young ones reciprocate with the parents. So there's feelings there, there are emotions present in order for families to thrive. Families with of this sentient species. So family is one thing that has to be acknowledged on one of the elements in the path of self-realization as a human being. Okay, the next element is okay. I just will deviate slightly to say that okay, we'll talk about emotions. That's another element. So emotions are present, definitely have emotions, definitely they have feelings. As you get up in the more intelligent species, definitely it becomes more apparent. So because of our lifestyle, we do not acknowledge these things. Now, the animals sometimes they cry in the slaughterhouses. They cry, but because of the force of for meat products, people don't care much about the feelings of these animals. So emotions are there, and we must appreciate these emotions because we know what it means to be hurt. We know, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling. Somebody shout at us. There's some misunderstanding. You're trying to do good, but somebody suddenly misinterpret you or misunderstand you, and all of a sudden the situations get uncomfortable. We know that feeling. We know the feeling when we are supposed to get something, but for our right, but we do not get it. Maybe there's some favoritism somewhere. We know that feeling, and we also know the feeling of trying to want to be free, but there's some kind of restriction. Maybe you want to travel somewhere, but some group of people do not want you to travel. You want to go to a certain place, maybe, but you cannot go because of some kind of reason. So it's a very uncomfortable feeling for you. Also, maybe, so you might have been in a health situation, and 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 maybe it was complicated, and all of a sudden you feel that, you know what, I want to live. I do not want this sickness that we are in to take our life. You're thinking like this. So this kind of feeling is very strong where we want to live. So similarly, we can apply that to the sentient species, the lesser intelligent animals who have feelings and emotions just like us. So so we should bear in mind that the depth of feelings and emotions. So that can be a second point, the depth of feelings and emotions. And the first one, of course, we talk about family. All right, the next one is going to be the right to live at a certain place. Everybody, as human beings, we have our place that we want to live, a very comfortable place with fertile land. And also for those species as well, they need a place of for them to reside, a place to live. Human beings, we're taking up a lot of space, destroying ecosystems. We are trying to have more and more land, and we can't even maintain the land or to bring the land to its fullest potential for the benefit of family. One man has a big house, so many rooms, the rooms are all empty. Or he may have so many acres of land, it's all vacant. It's overrun by bush, or it's hard to maintain. So, human beings, we plunder so much, and it's hard for us to maintain these things. So, in the quest of doing so, we trespass into areas that is where animals dwell, and it's okay that, yeah, definitely we have to have place to live, but we cannot do that in a very exploitive way. So that's the third point on the quest of realizing self-realization as a human being, on the pinpointing elements that will help with humane qualities. So all right, the next point will be that and we cannot eat these species because they are they have family. Some there is brother, there is sister, there is mother, there is father. So you have the rooster. The rooster is male. That's a father figure. He has certain qualities to defend his family and to try to search for food. The hen, she's mother, and she has the feminine qualities. And there is some male chicken, female chicken. These are all brothers and sisters. So we have to avoid eating these creatures because they're part of a family. They have identities just like we do. And these creatures that are like babies, they do not know how to. They need protection. They do not know complex understanding. Their understandings are all very simple. They make simple sounds for communication that we may not understand. So that point there is about eating. That's another point when it comes to self-realization as a human being. So that's about it. Maybe if there are other points, I will share it in a future video. But definitely, I hope you'd have understood um, something that I would have discussed about realizing or self-realization as a human being, the path of really understanding our humane nature, the nature that values feelings and freedom for all life. So these videos are all important. I know I must roll them out, and I hope to encourage all of you to be patient. Be patient when you're listening to these videos, and you will get a lot of realization as to how we should conduct ourselves. All the best. Share, subscribe, and thank you so much.